Well, hello, everyone. It's J. Michael Smith from here in Tyler, Texas. Welcome to all of us from around the world today on July 1st, 2024. Think about it. It's the first day, new week, new month. It's the first day of the second half of the whole year. What a great day for all of us to come together. We've got an exciting meeting. We're going to jump into it really quickly here today. Have a lot to go over. Our team and a lot of our teams had such a dramatically incredible month of June. We had some great momentum, some wonderful, fun people joining our teams, and we're going to highlight that. But we're also going to talk about today, like I said, the first day of the second half of the year, and whether your first half of the year went what you expected, did better than expected. Dave is going to help us visualize how we move and build the second half of this year. So just real quick, I'd love to introduce my good friend from San Diego, Mr. Dave Daughtrey. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Hey, Michael, thank you as always for hosting, for being part of our family, part of our team, our community, and welcome everybody. We did have a great month of June, and we're going to keep that momentum going. Today's topic is really, the cycles of momentum. Everything is cyclical. Life is cyclical. You go through cycles, and that's why I kind of get frustrated sometimes when I see people jump around because they see green grass out there with these different network marketing companies. And I'm not saying that none of them are any good. Some of them might be okay. But the reality is 1 in 100, that's 1%, make it past 10 years, and then you're looking again. So we're all blessed to have such a great company, great people running the company. We all know Danny Lee. He's was elected again as the chairman of the United States Direct Selling Association. So we're excited about that. And that helps all of us, by the way, because we know what's going on in the industry. And it's important all these little things that we don't think about because we're out doing our thing. So many little things have to come together to create a great company. So we're all very blessed, very fortunate to have such a great company. So I do want to talk today a bit about the reality. Our Mentor Mondays are designed to discuss things openly with everybody. And that includes all the good, the marketing, but that's what we focus on is marketing. When you're marketing, everything is great. Every day is great. In fact, I would say if you're having a down day, get out and present, because at least I cannot do a presentation with somebody and think about anything negative. I focus on all the positive. That's what a networker does. All right. And so, we have the ups and downs of building the business. Right now, we got a great momentum pushing forward, upward. In the month of May, my organization grew 1.5 million life points. Here's what's interesting. Last month, it didn't grow as many life points, but what I've noticed that up closer to me, it grew the most. And so it's great because whatever's down deep in your organization, I call it insurance. You see, that's the great thing of network marketing, is that if you build your business and keep driving your people, working with your people down below, and that's what they're doing in Brazil, by the way. You got a lot of the leaders now working down on level 10, 12, 15, and some of them complain about it, like, I'm working so deep, but it's like the roots of a tree. The deeper you build it, the stronger it is. When a wind comes along, which could be a down cycle, it doesn't blow the tree over. It doesn't blow your network over. And so, in my 26 years of For Life, I've been through a number of these cycles. So every one of us is unique. Every one of us is going to go through different cycles on different days, different months, even could be different years. All right. Well, and this is what I always looked at, my mentor taught me. While one person's over here focusing on why things aren't growing and why things aren't doing well and blah, whatever, somebody over here is kicking butt. They're growing, they're building, and they're making money, you see. So it's real important that we look at the whole big picture of what it is that we're doing in network marketing and with For Life. So I go back with my experience when I started. You know, I guess in a way I was fortunate that when I started For Life, I was so broke I couldn't pay attention. It was that bad. You know, I had no money, I had nothing. And so, I mean, I had some clothes on my back, and that was about it. No furniture in the little apartment that I was in. So, you know, if any of you have furniture, congratulations. I have no furniture. Slept on the floor. Seriously, I slept on a futon, you know, and I got a little old desk out of the alleyway behind me. Somebody had thrown it away. I think they had moved and they threw it away from their apartment. I took it, put it in my little studio apartment in one of the corners, and that's where I sat and just worked and worked and worked. So my attitude was, I can't get any lower. You know, I guess maybe I could, but I didn't have a car. So my expenses were actually pretty low. I'd walk down to Circle K, which is like a 7-Eleven market, to go, you know, get food. And that's kind of how it was when I started For Life. And so my attitude was, you know what? The only way is up. That's it. First checks came. They were onion checks, we call them. You peel them open and you cry. They're so small. But you figure out a way to get by, you know, trying to, you know, pay my $400 a month rent, having food. My daughter would come visit me because I'd been through a divorce. She'd come visit me, and she would sleep on the floor next to me, you know, in the room. But I look back at it, and actually those were good times because, you know, the time we spent together walking to Circle K or walking to the park or wherever we did was time together. Gabby was working at Walmart. She would come and visit me at lunch and bring me some food. She would sit on the floor. She would sit on the floor and we would just eat. And I had no furniture. So that's how it was. And as we started building the business, checks started coming in, $500 and $1,000 and $2,000. You keep going, you keep going. But during that time, I look at it like you push, you push, you push. And then all of a sudden you get some pushback. You know, maybe someone in the downline had an off month or whatever, and they're focusing on that, and you're focusing on this over here. What's going on? Look, this is a people business. People come from all walks of life. I can't tell you how many marriages, divorces, bankruptcies, car accidents I've been through with my organization. It's like a revolving door. People come, people go. You know, I embrace them all. I'm not the one that decides who stays and who goes. This is not like the corporate world where you say, you know what, you're fired. You know, as Donald Trump would say, we don't do that. You see, so we embrace everybody. All right, but you're going to go through cycles as you build your business. So for me, as I got started, one of the toughest cycles I went through in the beginning was when For Life was out. They were outsourcing their commissions, and they brought it in house. And they had all of their supposedly IT people. This whole thing was ready to go. And when commissions came out, oh my gosh, it was a disaster. My first check was like $200 million because of the mistake. And then he came back and says, well, wait. And so everybody kind of lost confidence. Like, well, wait a minute. How do we even know that our income is correct? You know, it takes a computer program to calculate all this, you know, 2, 25, 5, 12 infinity bonuses, premier bonuses, you know, infinity bonuses, all this stuff. And so, but the company quickly gained our confidence back because they got it fixed. And what I found out interesting was when it came time for payday, David Lisenby said, if your check was over $500, we're overnighting it to you. If it's less than 500, we're sending it second day. So nobody was really paid late. Not one time in the history of For Life, when it comes to For Life actually, you know, posting the commissions, have they ever done it late. So, you know, we're very fortunate for that. But I'll say this, for me, one of the toughest, probably in my entire 43 years, toughest experiences I went through Even tougher when than receiving the phone call when the company I was with before crashed and I was told I wasn't going to get paid anymore. That was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking. But in For Life, I worked really hard to get to platinum. It took me 8 years, 8 years of hard work, raising kids at the same time with Gabby quitting her job. And we finally did it, living out in a house that we lived in that Gabby still has in Imperial, California. And right after I made platinum in 2006, in 2007, one of my golds ended up getting terminated. Why did he get terminated? The guy was violating a lot of policies and procedures that For Life had, and I gave him numerous chances to fix it. He was offering laptops, offering iPads to people that were in other lines. That would be like Jillian offering an iPad to Xenia, or I think Xenia might be an organization, Wangechi, and saying, hey, if you come over here and re-sign up under your husband's name or your son's name or something, I'll give you an iPad. And the reason I'm saying all this is sharing this with you is because the reality of getting to platinum is not a straight line up. But here's what I found. The law of abundance applies. When you think of the law of abundance, when I lost 3 golds and 18 international diamonds or bronzes, a line doing 1 million life points crashed and went down. Most people would quit and just go hide their head in the sand. I just rebuilt. I rebuilt with good people. A lot of people that stuck around and stayed with me are here today. And there are bronzes and golds and so forth. We dug in and we rebuilt. These are the cycles of building the business. But what I learned more than anything is that there is an abundance of people out there that want to be successful, that want to make money, that believe in wellness, health and wellness. We're not just a nutrition company, health and wellness. And so through these various cycles that I went through, I learned something from each one of them. And that's really how business is. I learned what to do, what not to do. I made some mistakes myself in running off and opening markets that I really never should have opened, to be honest with you. And I learned a lot because I lost money, and I learned the best thing you can do is follow corporate. That's the whole beauty of network marketing. Let them do the heavy lifting. Let them be the ones that pay the commissions, deliver the products, administrate everything, apply the policies and procedures and so forth, which protect all of us. So let's talk COVID real quick. COVID hits. Everything explodes. I mean, my business went up in March of 2020, 500,000 life points a day, from 25 million to over 40 million in the month of March. So for business, it was really good. Well, guess what happened post-COVID? Everybody got lazy. People wanted to do everything virtually because that's what kind of during COVID, that's what happened. We were all like home. Okay, we got a camera. We got Zoom now, or Skype or WhatsApp or whatever you use. And all of a sudden, all the live meetings out there died. I'm not saying you can't do it. You can build your business virtually, but we do know that you're more effective when you're present. All right. Person to person, when you meet someone, talk to them, you are more effective. That's just reality. All right. But this great tool that we have enables us, Zoom enables us to build our business long distance. Look at us right now. I don't know how many countries we got, from St. Martin to Canada to Kenya, in California. So it's great. But because everybody all of a sudden, I feel, got a bit lazy post-COVID, things started to plummet and go down. My volume started dropping. All right. So this is why we've been talking about, starting last month, the wave makers and the wave catchers. Momentum has to be created by someone. There are those that will wait for momentum. If it doesn't happen, it's just like they stay in the same place. I call it management mode. You're just managing, you're not building. And that's fine. You know, you can try to manage everything, but I'll tell you what, if you stay in management mode, it is impossible to maintain the same volume forever. You have to get back into building mode. Imagine if some great corporations, Nike or any of these great companies, Geico, you guys seen Geico insurance commercials? I love Geico insurance commercials. What if these companies just stopped advertising completely and all they depended on was the business that they had? They wouldn't make it. They have to continue to grow, you see? So they've got money they put into their marketing. Well, David Lisenby puts money into us. We get paid to do the marketing. So it's important for us to try to stay always in the cycle of growth. All right. Momentum is an interesting thing. We've been to the beach before. I'm sure all of us have seen the beach. If you haven't, you've seen it on TV. Some waves are bigger than other waves. Some waves crash early. Some waves crash late, like a tidal wave. All right. So who creates these waves? Think about it. The wave makers do, you know, and we've got some of them right here. In fact, every one of us can be a wave maker. All right. But you have to decide that you're going to be a wave maker and not just someone who rides a wave that somebody else makes, because it's wonderful to ride a wave when somebody else makes the wave. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what are you going to do once the wave crashes? You ever seen surfers out there sitting, waiting for a wave? They'll wait all day long waiting for a wave. Don't be one to always wait for the wave. Make the wave. How do you do it? And that's how you create momentum. All right. And I'd like to bring Jillian in, you know, because Jillian, you know, you're familiar with this. What I did when I got started is it was always about recognition, recognizing people, and showing. In fact, we had a saying in Spanish, si se puede. Yes, you can. A lot of people out there, especially in this business, don't believe. They don't. And so they want to see other people do it. And the funny thing is that while they're watching, there are other people doing it. There are the wave makers that are out there talking to people, presenting to people, signing people up, selling product, learning to present the products, learning to present the opportunity. And when somebody says no, it's no for today. Things change for tomorrow. And they're constantly following up. They've got a nice little system going. But that system, the number one thing, the lifeblood of it, is prospecting, constantly communicating, constantly connecting, constantly talking to people. And then you talk to your people's people and your people's people. And pretty soon you are creating the wave. So Jillian, you know, congratulations. I know we'll be doing some recognition at the end here, but you know, you're a perfect example of someone that sees the opportunity, values the opportunity and the products and the company, the team, everything. You analyzed everything. You went through your process of making that decision, like, okay, let's do this. I don't know exactly when that happened, but at some point it did. And you got started. Fairly quickly, correct me if I'm wrong, you made Diamond, correct?
Mhm.
So you make Diamond. And I look at Diamond like this. Look, every single one of us right here should be able to make Diamond. Seriously. It's 3,000 life points. All right. It's a team of maybe 30 people. Some may buy more, some may buy less. But if you're building a business, getting to Diamond, if you're working at all, even if it took you a year, 2 years, there is no structure requirement. You just do 3,000 life points and enroll 6 people and you're a Diamond. You see, where the real building begins is presidential diamond and then presidential elite. So Jillian, as you got started building For Life, you get to diamond. Now, was it the second month right after diamond you hit diamond elite?
Um, you know what? I haven't even been taking notice of the ranking. I just been focusing on the actions. And I think
I
for
did the same
me,
thing, by the way. I
yeah,
didn't care
I
about
didn't
rank
I
odds.
didn't really understand the qualifications in all honesty until as I started to see the money come through. Then I'm like, okay, I may want to pay attention to this, right? So because I was so focused on the end goal, which was to surround myself with some amazing people and giving them hope. So when my goal was to find motivated people and to keep them motivated and give them an opportunity to help solve their needs. So adding value. So my primary reason for doing this was to add value, not only for my own selfish reasons, which was to help serve my health. This is one of the main reasons why I joined For Life, but because when I saw seeing the results of, a great example is Erica that's here today. Erica shared her testimonial, and then it's okay, this is the right track that I'm on. So then I just wanted to get the voice out there. I wanted to share those testimonials. I wanted to get those stories out there. And the more I shared those stories, and the more I found other people had gone through the process of believing in what I was seeing, that became easier. And I think that's the big part of the growth pattern, is not so much worrying about the ranking, or worrying about, another possibility of a bonus here and there. The growth pattern happens when you start believing and how it can affect those that you're introducing. It's all about integrity for me. So if my name's put towards something, I have no qualm in suggesting something. So when you talk about ask anyone, anywhere, anyhow, that whole, the 4 A's of building or prospecting, you really are, it comes natural. It's like when you've watched your favorite show the night before, right? You've watched and you're really in love with that show and you really had a great supper. You have no problem sharing with the world what a great experience you had. What a great show that was. I went to see the other night at the theater. What a great service I had when I went to the grocery store. When you have a good experience, you share it with everybody. So this became something that I was experiencing. I was experiencing it. And then when I started seeing the results happening, and then I started to being a little bit more strategic and started educating myself that there is a results to this. It's not just about a nice to do thing to do. And I started seeing this as an opportunity not only to serve the people I was introducing them to, but also it serves my needs to give me the flexibility that I needed for my family. I didn't want to give up. And
Let me ask you this, Jillian. Sorry to interrupt you. So how much time would you say on a daily basis were you putting into your business?
I would say about it fluctuates. Basically, I'm putting in a lot more time in it now because I do have a lot of things that I like, projects I have with, the Feel Good, Share Good show. And, we have the Daughtrey project. And then it just seems to be perfectly aligned with what we're doing with her. And then we have this, a detox thing. But right now it's been, as I'm building and as I see momentum, I have been putting in about 6 to 8 hours, a day in, but it's on my terms,
Right.
like if I'm
Right.
having a bad day or I'm having, I do have the opportunity to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to go for a walk and I'll go to the beach for that day. Right. So I do love the fact that I have flexibility. So it doesn't matter. I don't really put you're telling me how much time I put into it. Some days I put in like 14 hours in because
Right.
I'm
Sure.
driven. Right.
But you're
So
you're flexible, your own schedule. But the point I was
that's
trying to
right.
make is that obviously you put time into your business. That's how
Yeah.
you get results.
Yeah.
You have to put time into your business. It's not like, there are people that talk about network marketing like, hey, you just do this, 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 and then you can sit back and it just goes. No, that's not the way this works. That's not reality. You continue to put time and energy. But
Yeah.
if you think about it, what you did was, as you got started, you made a couple of comments, really important. Stories. You started catching, or capturing stories, people's stories. So then you created Time for Life. where people put stories on there, which my story's on there now. It's my Crohn's disease. All right. So Time for Life. Then you have Feel Good, Share Good. Then you got the Dr. Ronnie, program going. So that's the difference between a wave maker and a wave catcher, is that you are the one initiating these things, making it happen. You see, you're continuously thinking on what you can do to make things better. And your team, by the way, your organization's very blessed to have you as the leader, because that's what leaders do. Now, for me, I consider myself a bit of a grunt. All right. I don't think that I ever was really good at just like you creating the Feel Good, Share Good, Time for Life and those things. And that's probably comes from your Avon background, because you did a lot of that. I'm a grunt. Present, 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 present. Go to sleep, wake up the next day, present, 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 present. Now, when I did it, it was on the telephone, and then I started doing live meetings and going out. I would drive all the way to Los Angeles, where I was living. It was like, I don't know, 3 hours there, 3 hours back. And Gabby would come with me, and we would get there sometimes and only have 2 or 3 guests. It costs more gasoline, to get there than any income we made in the beginning. But eventually what happens is you get one person. And that's what's so critical, is that the way that I see it, you keep the momentum going. And you made this comment, supporting your people. You support the people you have that are doing the deal. They're talking to people, they're building, they're engaged, they're connected, and so then you make Presidential Diamond. Actually, no, you bypassed Presidential Diamond, didn't you? You went straight to Presidential Elite.
Mhm.
Well, congratulations. All right, everybody. So we have new Presidential Elite Jillian. We'll be doing some recognition here in a minute. She bypassed Presidential, went straight to Presidential Elite. And so, and here's what's cool too, because you're in the fast start. So, and think, if you went to Diamond, Presidential Elite in the same month, all those bonuses you get the same month. They're cumulative. So in this case, the Presidential and Presidential Elite fast start bonus, you get that the same month, which will pay out in a few days here. So again, wave makers, wave catchers, and the cycle of momentum. All right. Now that you have this momentum going, all right, you make a push, and now you've got this great base of your business. It's now a matter of identifying those that want to get to where you are.
Mhm.
And you spend your time and energy with them. And all you need is three in separate legs that say, hey, my hand's up. Let's do this. I'm willing to put in the time. I'm willing to also do what you're doing, Jillian. I'll duplicate. You just show me what you're doing. Teach me the way. Once you find 3 in separate legs, and it doesn't matter what your background is, what your experience is, your financial situation, none of that stuff really matters. What matters? Your desire. Anybody can learn. Every single person that's become a millionaire in network marketing learned it. No one went to university and got a degree for this. You learned it. You learned it from people up above, like I did. My upline taught me before For Life about this business. So now you're Jillian, I'm sure you're probably in a bit of an identifying phase, correct me if I'm wrong, where you're like looking at now where to focus, because now at Presidential Elite, the next level is bronze. So now you have to find those that say, hey, I want to be presidential. And you focus on that, correct?
Yes, yes. And that is actually exactly this last week. I'm starting to understand the business more. I'm focusing on the strategy. I am a systems person, and I did spend 20 years as in operational leadership and marketing. So prior to getting to the direct selling world, but now that I'm looking at where the effects is going to get me closer to the results, yes, I am being a little bit smart in what I'm doing. And if you know the acronym is SMART, being specific, being measurable, being making it achievable and relevant and timely goals. Like I'm looking at things in a different way now. So it's almost like the way I used to do when I used to teach business in corporate world. Now I'm looking at this for my own business. So it's very different switch having worked corporate to
Right.
switch to working for myself. So I'm taking that time now to see how I can effectively grow this so I can be more effective in giving back.
You're working smarter as you work harder, you know,
That's right.
that's important. And this is where actually we're understanding the pay plan does come into play. You know, it is important because I even found myself two-legged at one point when I was international diamond, so to speak, trying to get to gold. I had two really strong legs going, and the third leg was almost non-existent. So my focus just became on that third leg, you know, building it up so I could get to gold and platinum. So there does come a time where you have to start using a bit of strategy.
Yeah.
Everyone's business builds differently. Some people have volume up on the closer to them on their three levels, and the structure is where they have to focus. Then I have people throughout my organization that have structure in place, but the three levels is where they need to focus. And you know, I say this: you do both. You're kind of like the person in the circus spinning the plate. You got one going, you got another going, another going. You're kind of running back and forth, keeping them all going. Once you have your three levels solid, you have solid 20,000 life points in three levels. That happens. One of the strategies is keeping people leaders up close. If you got some good leadership on level one, like I'm very fortunate, I've got Jeff Outgilbers on level one. Every month he has to do 20,000. If he didn't do it, he would pass up to me an income of probably 50, 60,000, maybe more dollars would come up to me that he would lose out on. It's not going to let it happen. So he's always doing his 20,000, his three levels. And because on my level one, that helps tremendously. So now it does become a time where you start strategizing a little bit. And that's why I always say, by the way, you know, you want to keep, as you sponsor people, you know, everyone on your front line until you identify where the leadership is. The way that you get this momentum going, now people start seeing these ranks being broken, which we're going to do recognition here in a minute. And all of a sudden, everybody else starts like, oh, wow, I believe this. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Miguel Bermudez went platinum elite in the month of May. 96 years old, platinum elite. I mean, it's like, my gosh, you know, and he's actually going to Ecuador for the event down there. I believe it's this month in July. I was looking at trying to go, but I'm going to miss that one. I was just in Ecuador a few months ago. 96 years old, traveling to Ecuador to go down there to do an event in Ecuador. All right. So yeah, his whole team, his whole organization was like, if he can do it at 96 years old, I can do it in my 30s, my 40s, my 50s. All right. So you create momentum leading by example. That's the number one thing you can do. All right. To show people, si se puede. Yes, you can do it. All right. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and jump into recognition. Jillian, you know, we're blessed to have you as our part of our team, our organization, our community, our family. And I think everybody that gets on these calls and sees what you're doing, leading by example, just shows everyone that no matter where you are, I mean, you're on a little island in the Caribbean Ocean. What's the population of St. Martin, by the way?
Well, there's a lot of people come and go because not a lot of people live here because they vacation here. So I think we have about my last like 30,000 at the most any given time. You know,
An
nice
island of 30,000 people, you know, that just goes to show. So if any of you are, you know, wherever you are in the world, right, you can build this business. There's no excuses. You know, I always say you can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back real quick to, it looks like Claudia, looks like you're focused there on something.
No,
So,
it's good. You can pass it on to J. Michael to close up on what he thinks about this. And then I'm going to ask Anna Maria to get ready before I want her to just tell us a little bit about those trips because she wrote something in the chat and said, Jillian, get ready for 2 trips at the time. So because Anna Maria is here, she's a silver, she's a person I admire. I want her to Michael, pass it on to Ana Maria. I want her to tell us about, she just came from a trip, but she's gotten a lot of trips, and then she can segue to me so I can help you with
Congratulations, Ana Maria. That's awesome. Awesome. So
Michael.
go ahead, J. Michael, I'll pass it back to you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Claudia. Yeah, it's what a great team to be on. I'm so excited just when we have these wins like this with the month of June and see so many people smiling and happy, like you said. And we are in some momentum now as a team, and it's just great. It feels good, and we've got a whole second half of the year. You talked about what Danny does for us, and he creates. We let corporate create sometimes my point here is real quickly is the Fast Start program. For those of you that have just started in this year, or maybe at the end of last year, you don't know what this Fast Start program, the opportunity is with it, and it had to play a big part, I assume, Jillian, in your movement, because it helps. That's kind of helps create that wave. And corporate just made the wave a little bigger for us in Fast Start. So, but anyway, we've got a second half of the year of Fast Start to go. And so many people, I see so many diamonds and diamond elites and presidential elites happening between now and December with what we're starting, what you started, Jillian, what a lot of you started. And yes, Claudia introduced me to Ana Marie, gosh, a few years ago. And then I got to where Judy and I just fell in love with Ana Marie at the convention. We somehow always seem to sit behind her team a lot of the times at convention. And Ana Marie is just the greatest in my mind. She has helped me so much. And with some of my team, I had a small team in her area at one time. But anyway, Ana Marie, good to see you as always, my friend. We love you. Jump in here.
I love you too, Michael, and I thank God and Claudia for introducing me to you and to everybody. But I am so happy today because not only Gillian, but my friend Claudia, she reached the presidential, and I'm so excited. I'm more so excited than her, I think, when she told me. And those trips, I said Gillian 2, and then Claudia 1. You just earning one now, but you can earn another one, so you can go to the both great Grayscapes with Gilliam. And those trips, my friends, are the best things that For Life give you. They don't give you any trips. Those trips are VIP. We just came back from Punta Cana, and actually it was Cap Cana, and everyone, I just have to tell you a little story about this person that was there asking, how many people are you guys together? And we said about 150. And she asked us, so the company pay for you guys? And we said, yes, we're not paying a dime. She says, your company is well established because this is a very expensive place. I pay myself, she said. I pay myself, and I know it's money. So, and they pay for 150 people to come. So that tells you what the company is. Our company just give us the best. They treat us like what we deserve. So I want everybody to earn these trips. I want everybody to have fun. I know Dave goes to the gold and the platinum trip, so I'm sure that I'll be there pretty soon. So, I can tell my story later, but I'm excited about Claudia, and Gillian just met her, but Claudia has been my friend for a bit now, and she's been there with me in the good and bad times. Also, Michael and Dave and Gabby and everybody.
Ana Maria, where do you live?
I'm in South Carolina.
South Carolina. Wonderful.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
A real quick story. I remember this story, Ana Maria. I can't remember what convention this was. How many vans did you rent and caravan from South Carolina to Salt Lake in a big, you were caravanning with 18 passenger vans, and we were driving too, and we were communicating as we were driving to Salt Lake, and following you across the nation. You have such a great leadership too with your team. And
that's one thing that my husband and I do. To go to convention, we always says, when you reach a point, a rank, you don't get there by yourself. You get there because of your team. And so if you don't serve your team, and those little things, and I'm sorry, they're working here in the house, but what we do is we rent vans, depends on how many people we can bring from South Carolina. And most of our friends don't have, documents, so they cannot fly. So we rent that day. We had three. Well, it's usually 3 or 4 vans that we drive. So we drive from South Carolina all the way to Salt Lake City, and
That's
we have
cool.
so many experience.
A lot of
Nice.
fun too. You have a lot of fun bonding
Yes.
experience with everybody.
We make it as a field trip or vacation for our friends. So we have fun.
So you obviously overnight somewhere on the way to Salt Lake, right?
Actually, no, we go directly.
Wow, that's
Yes.
brutal.
Yes, a lot brutal, but we get there safe and then we relax and then have fun.
Nice, nice. So you're a silver, correct?
Yes, yes.
Congratulations. So you're on way
Thank
to
you.
Silver Elite. Now,
Yes.
as Silver Elite, you get another trip.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. And
A
then
lot.
gold, of course, like you mentioned, there's the
Mhm.
trip every 18 months. You know, the next gold, talk about For Life spending money on trips. The next gold trip, gold and platinum trip, is a 10-day Mediterranean cruise, 10 days, going to where Bianca Lisenby's home was, Italy, you know, where she immigrated with her family. But we'll be in Italy. I think we're going to go to Sicily, just cover the Mediterranean there. But 10-day cruise, you know, with David Lisenby and the executives. Here's the thing, you know, getting to gold, it does take a lot of work, but anybody can do it. And if you want to be inspired, go to forlife.com, click on About For Life, and go to recognition and just look at some of these people. Honestly, the faces you see there, the majority of them never did network marketing before For Life. Many of them, this is their first company, and they stuck with it and stayed with the company. So, but congratulations, Anna Maria. And thank you for joining us here today. Mentor Monday, always at this time. Bring people, come on in, you know, and we have a great time. So J. Michael, pass back to you. Let's go ahead and move on and do some recognition.
Great. I think that Claudia is going to lead this with us. Are you ready, Claudia?
Yes, I am. Let me just share my screen.
This is always fun.
Yeah.
This is a fun part. So let's share the screen. So again, there's that momentum, Dave, was incredible. When Jillian started, it was like very fast. On the first week, people started making Builder and then Builder Elite. And when Jillian made Presidential, we wanted to announce it. And then we actually said, you know what, let's keep it a surprise, because she said, I think I can make Presidential Elite. So that was the really cool thing, that once she said it, it was like, you know, we're going to do it no matter what. So that was a great achievement. So you can start, Dave, right there.
So Claudia, I love this part here. This is so fun. You know, you are a perfect example of someone that believes in the law of abundance. You have the discipline, just the love that you share with everybody, you know, just always positive. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard one negative thing come out of your mouth, you know, and through the years, you've been through a lot of ups and downs yourself. Having some momentum with someone, all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they fall off. Somebody else, and you just keep going and keep going. And here you are now, Presidential Diamond, on your way to president. And the funny thing is, Presidential Elite will certainly happen more faster than Presidential Diamond. All right. That's what I've seen time and time again. But congratulations, Claudia. Presidential Diamond, well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you. I receive it with a lot of love. Thank you. It was beautiful to do it by, I think that it's not, I've had 3 diamonds before under my line at the beginning when we started For Life. We actually hit diamond pretty fast with the Samra team and her brother and everything. And that was exciting. So it was just that race again to help people get their title. And I can't wait to get more. So I'm excited.
That's it. And Jillian, congratulations. New Presidential Elite. Went straight from Diamond Elite to Presidential Elite. Keep the Elite thing going. Next thing you know, it's Bronze Elite, and then Platinum or Silver Elite, and then Gold Elite, and so forth. But congratulations, Jillian, St. Martin, France. And just looking forward to traveling this journey with you and being part and witnessing the process of building and enjoying, the fruits of your efforts. Congratulations.
Dave, I want to add something to Jillian's congratulation, which is for the first time, I actually felt what you felt when you had your first platinum, which is how blessed I felt that my leader had reached something where I was not. Because yeah, I never was like, oh, she's gonna beat me. It's like, oh,
No,
she
you're
had me
excited for that.
running. She
That's
had
right.
me running the whole month, and I almost was very close to making it with her, but it was beautiful to see how your people can grow faster than you, and you always said that, and I was like, oh, this is what Dave means, so that was great.
Claudia,
Chris,
may I add something
yes,
to that? Because
of
a lot of
course.
people, sometimes some people will say, oh no, it's too late for me to start because you started already. You're gonna be ahead of me. That's a perfect example that it doesn't matter if you come later on 2-3 years after you being in the process or in the company. It's up to you how you work and you get to the ranks. You can get to the ranks even if you just start today faster than anybody.
That's
I don't
right.
know if I explained myself because some people said, "Oh no, you're being there forever. I'm not going to be able to reach to your rank." And this is a very perfect example. I mean, Gillian got here, you did too, but the time frame is wonderful where people sometimes say, "Oh no, it's too late for me to start." So it's never too late.
Never too late. Never too late.
Never. And I just want to say that Adriana, who is my upline, and this is where the beautiful thing is that Adriana was so close to making Diamond Elite. And again, it was just 3 people away, but it was just such a hard push. We had already worked. Jillian and I had worked days and days of 1 in the morning. Well, Jillian worked 3 in the morning nights. So at that point, I was like, my sister's like, it's okay. I'll make it next month. Just rest. Because if we had pushed it, I said, Adriana, we can push it. You're 3 away. And we were like 12 o'clock yesterday. I said, let's push it. And she goes like, you're my sister. Just rest. We'll make it next month. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to rest. So, because the nice thing was that we didn't have to push it until midnight. By I think Jillian and I made our first scream at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was like, oh, I can't believe it. We can rest for a few hours. So that was very exciting. When I was jumping in my basement crying, and Jillian's jumping, and it was very exciting. So anyway, new Diamond Elite, Chris, who's not in the meeting, but again from San Martin. But we do have in the meeting, and this is very, very nice, our Erica. Where's Erica? Here we go.
Congratulations, Erica. New Builder Elite.
Oh, I made a mistake. No, Diamond Elite. Oh, I made a mistake.
Diamond Elite.
Diamond Elite.
Diamond Elite. It's another flyer when I was uploading. Diamond Elite.
Congratulations. Diamond Elite. Awesome.
Yes. So Chris and Erica are the new Diamond Elites that helped that new title for Jillian. And here we have our Builder Elites.
Dr. Ronnie, Builder Elite. Many of you, we're all going to hear a lot more from Dr. Ronnie as well.
Oh, yeah.
As she continues with her projects that she has. Siobhan, Builder Elite.
Yay.
Nice. Congratulations, Siobhan. Another example of persistence, and just tenacity and just continuing, staying the course. That's what it's about. Congratulations, Siobhan.
And
Deborah Taylor, Builder Elite. Awesome. Yes. Congratulations, Deborah. Where's Deborah located?
She's actually up in Thunder Bay and North Bay in Ontario. It's Canada Day today, so a lot of people are celebrating Canada Day.
One of the very first meetings I did was in Thunder Bay in For Life. I'd been in For Life for I had a gentleman up there that was getting started.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been to Thunder Bay.
You haven't even met Bridget. Bridget started how long ago? Is Jillian 2 weeks ago? I don't even know.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yes.
Well, congratulations, Bridget. And Xenia's with us.
She's here. She's with us. Yes.
And Xenia, congratulations, Builder Elite. Keep going, keep growing. next is Diamond and Diamond Elite, but that's what this is all about. This is very progressive. We have a very progressive pay plan. That's why we put the elite levels in there, by the way.
I have one more recognition, Dave,
Okay.
and I am very proud of Xenia. I've worked the last few weeks with Xenia, and my I don't know why it's not downloading, and I didn't get the picture last night, but I just want to recognize that Jillian was able to finish #1 for the enroll preferred customers. So she's #1 in North America. And Jillian, I have to get the picture, but
Really?
yes,
North
and
America
you
is
finished
enrolling.
#1, and the other thing you finished was 25 in the world for Marcela told me today because she's doing the recognition for Spanish, and she's like, she made 25. So you actually made 25 worldwide on this one on enrolled.
I don't get to see those reports for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't get to see those reports on my phone.
We don't know why. So I got to
No.
take the picture and send it to you. So you were able to keep your
Yeah, you're right
#1.
there. There you are.
That's
Yay!
it. Dave,
25 enrollers, right? I don't know why mine's
Yeah,
stuck.
number 25.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Worldwide, Jillian,
That's
worldwide.
all regions. Yeah.
And
All regions.
for all our friends in Kenya, I saw Dave. I was looking through those reports last night too, and I sent that to you, Claudia, when we were talking about Jillian.
I don't see. I don't. That I'll have to talk to you separately because I don't. It does for
But
some
anyway,
reason. my
Siobhan,
little market, I don't get it.
yeah, but
But
something's
I saw
happening right
where
now, Siobhan. So it may be the
I saw where I think it was number 18 or 19 top enroller in emerging market was from Mozambique. I mean,
Wow.
can you imagine that? I mean, that's
Yeah.
incredible. You look at those
Wow.
it's amazing who there's people out there
They're
growing.
Yeah, she got
they're part of Miguel Bermudez's organization.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yes,
Mozambique.
yes. So with that, we're coming to a closing. We're going to pass it on to Jillian for announcements. And
Oh, okay.
yes, for tonight and for tomorrow health talk with Dr. I'll announce tomorrow and you can announce tonight. So tomorrow, as always, Tuesday, Dr. Gina, health talk. Man, those talks are so good. Sometimes there's a postponement, so don't worry. Keep an eye on the WhatsApp and we can announce it. But same time, different ID, just go to the calendar for that. Now let's announce tonight's meeting, Jillian, because it's going to be a good one.
Actually, tonight's is an interesting talk tonight. It's going to be for the Feel Good Share Good show. It's called the Transactional Trap, which is right up Dave's alley right now. Basically, I'm going to be a guest speaker on that show, but the speaker, our special guest, is Jacob Dietz. Am I saying that right, Siobhan? Is the founder of Kilmore Collective Incorporated. And basically, this whole show is going to be about how you can build trusted and authentic relationships. It's not about, going into a connection for a transaction. It's about how can you build authentic relationships. And so this will be a really great talk tonight. I actually, when I saw the guest lineup and Siobhan sent me to that, I said, that's it. I have to be on this one. This is all up my alley. I used to teach relationship building, and I can't wait to be on this. This is going to be a really great show tonight. So thank you, Siobhan, for organizing them. These shows are getting better and better, by the way. The caliber of people coming into these shows are going to give us a great reach for life audience. So it's, it's helping us brand into a market that maybe not necessarily have been reached before. So thank you, Siobhan. You're doing a great job with hosting that show. And the other thing is on Wednesday, we do have Dr. Ronnie, who we have these amazing shows on Wednesdays, and the topic for Wednesday, and thank you, Omar, for being the host, like the most amazing host for that show as well, is called, and the topic is going to be dangerous foods. Can it cause cancer? So we always do have these very, very controversial topics, but they are really great when you watch them. And so I'm looking forward to that one on Wednesday. And for those who don't know, there's a bunch of us are doing a test group right now for the Detox for Longevity project, which is going to kickstart this Friday. There's a bunch of us that are, we're going to take a lot of before and afters. And when you see us a month later, you're going to be seeing a lot of skinny bitty women and men, that are, and a few of them are in this room here. So we should really be doing a screenshot of everybody, because I know Anna Marie is doing it with me, Dave's doing it with me, Jay Michael's
Omar,
doing it with us.
J.
So there's
Michael,
a bunch of
Omar.
us. Because you
Yeah.
know what? When you see the afters, you won't recognize us. So this is a great program for long term for the company, not just for the founder group that's in it right now. We're just testing it. And then who knows, this could explode as exponentially come September when we do it again. It's going to be huge. So I just am so happy, that we've aligned with a great company that offers what we need for the products in the program. And we're just figuring it out right now. So bear with us. But Omar, you're coming in on this too, right?
Yes.
You're doing this too. So there you go. Omar, Mr. Jersey Boy, is doing this with us. So is Jay Michael, and so is Anna Marie, and there's a bunch of other people that are, it's a mix of people that have done it before and new people coming in. I think this is going to be huge. So so this is day one. So I'm putting my hand up, Omar. You're going to do it with me, because I'm telling you, I can see this all over like TikTok.
Sonia's doing
Instagram.
it.
Be
Sonia,
amazing.
Betty just said, Betty, I got to talk to you too. Jillian, guess what? This is my bad. I actually made the flyer. Promise, I woke up really early to make the flyers, and I did the flyer, but I forgot when I put them on the file to make them look organized. I forgot something important, Dave, and I know Dave is gonna love this one. Ready, guys? I'm sharing. Ready for this, Dave? It was not a
Oh,
surprise.
Alice, yes,
It was not
Alice.
a
How can
surprise,
we
but
forget Alice?
I know.
Awesome, Alice. Diamond, new diamond. And Alice, we had lunch with Alice. She came from Arizona. Excuse me. She actually was living where our daughter lives, Diana, in Yuma. And Alice was out here, so we even had lunch together. And Gabby and Alice have really, bonded as great friends, and they talk a lot. And so, but Alice is a great example of someone as well that just through sheer drive, determination, all right, staying focused, and Alice has been involved with For Life now, what, 60 days?
Yes.
Yes,
60, and
she
she's a
had when she
diamond.
tells her story, it's gonna be amazing because
I
60
know.
days, but she went to, how Anna Maria that did the 3 or 4 vans. Alice and I did that in her car, so probably. But she kept saying at the convention to everybody, "I haven't even tried the product. I'm at convention, but I haven't even tried the product." It's so funny because everybody kept laughing at Alice that she kept saying, "I haven't even tried the product," but
I have a question for Alice. Well, I think we should have Alice kind of close this out today because I see Alice there. Excuse me. Alice, go ahead and unmute your mic if you would, please. You took a leap of faith and
you
went
could
up
win
to
it.
Utah to the convention. And I'm just curious for everyone listening, because I know Helena, there was a number of people there, but most people on this call were not at convention. What did that do for you as far as setting the stage for you to get your business started and getting to Diamond?
The most important thing that it helped me with is to see the heart behind this company and everybody involved. And I saw how it came from the top when they did the memorial video for Bianca. It just brought me to tears. And that was my confirmation why I made this trip blindly. I just by faith and by Claudia's love. Claudia was so kind, and her and Julian always, encouraging me and made the trip possible. So once I got there and I heard that, and then of course, hearing all the science stuff and listening about the product, that's why I kept saying, I haven't even tried it, but I hear all the great stuff. I believe it already, even without trying it.
And so here you are now. You've got your business started. You got a nice base going as a diamond. Next step, Diamond Elite and the presidential. Maybe you pass Diamond Elite, go straight to presidential. Certainly, you were definitely capable of doing that. I mean, you know this business. You've been around it, and you've got the determination and the drive. But more than anything, I want to say this. First of all, congratulations. Your story is what's going to inspire so many people as you climb that level. Because we've had our discussions, like we were at lunch and you were over the phone, And that's really, at the end of the day, it's the stories of people making differences, not just in their own lives, but in the lives of others, that really, is really what this is all about. It's about people's lives. So again, congratulations. Thank you for being part of our For Life family, our community, our team. Keep going, keep growing.
Thank you. May I say something to you, Dave, that you helped? In your Monday, Mentor Mondays, one day you said, if you get, and I don't know how many numbers you said, if you get 10 no's, you get one no, but you get 10 yeses, just keep going. And one of the people that I signed up, and she did the fast track, she was the last person I signed up. She had told me about a week and a half ago, I pass. Thank you, but no thank you. But I knew she needed For Life. I knew it because I know her story. And so yesterday morning, I said, okay, this is the last day. I have one more chance. And I messaged her again. And I said, she said no, but that's just a maybe later. And I just wanted her to get in before the end of the month because of the detox. And I messaged her again and I sent her before and after picture of me that I don't like to share, but I did it. I said, let go of the embarrassment, Alistair, send it to her. That's going to do a big, big difference. And she signed up, and right away she signed up her mom also on Fast Track.
Nice.
And she was so excited. She said, Alice, thank you for not giving up. And I'll tell you more about her later, but she's going to run with this. So that was the one that created the diamond.
Nice.
So thank you, Dave, for those words, because I could hear them. Every no, you just, one no, and you're going to get so many yeses. And I went back to my no. I said, I'm not taking that no. I'm going to talk to her again. And she was very
absolutely. And now what you do is, as you continue to build, there are other people you'll follow up and say, hey, look, I'm a diamond. Let me tell you, their success is an interesting thing. As you continue to build and build and build, people don't come banging your door down like, oh, I want to jump in, right? But as you get back to people, there is a little bit of just, I guess, self-indulgence maybe. It's like, you know what? I'm Presidential Diamond now. I'm going on a trip. I told you about this, all right? And it's not just trying to rub their face in it, but it's like, I really want you to come along because I know you need this. And that's what the statement you just made. I know you need this. Why not? So at the end of the day, you're just showing them they've got a lot to gain, nothing to lose. Come along for the ride. Let's go. And that's really what it's about.
So thank you, Dave.
One thing I'll add about that, and I want to acknowledge that we do have several, including Betty and even Helena, but Betty's presidential. So what is great about this, and it just happens to be that right now I got everything from our team, but we have bronze, Dr. Gina, we have Jessie from Kenya, who is a presidential as well. But this was really nice because all these titles came in the last 2 months, and some of them skipped. And so I don't want to leave anybody behind. There's a lot of momentum in the Spanish or Latino or bilingual teams. And so I don't want to, diminish that Betty is a presidential, and we have obviously Claudia Bedoya and all of these Spanish leaders that have been built on the momentums of others that we're building on that Spanish community that is bilingual. Right. And we know the success of the other English teams in Kentucky and with Dr. Rob. But this is the other, the other English team. And this is not only Jillian's team or Claudia's team. We want to make sure that everybody feels, and this is why we're branding this as Upline Pro. This is a leg for Dave. And so the other leg is under Rob. It's not a competition. I'm just putting it out there.
It is a competition. It is a competition. Okay. Absolutely.
It should be a competition.
Rob Robertson 3 has the lead on the English team. And so now Upline Pro under Dave Daughtrey, Upline Pro is all of us. And yes, we are competing.
I love friendly competition. It's fun.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why we're so proud that this English speaking team, and as Omar named it, the Gen Awakening Generation. We have two names for it, but still the same thing. Upline Pro Awakening Generation is the English speaking team. And that's where I do need, if you want to recognize somebody that is still Spanish, Ana Maria, but you still want to recognize them here, hey, you recognize them in the Spanish chat, and you got to give me those titles for this one, because you want Dave, the mentor of mentors, to recognize your people as well. So we're going to start doing that. Jillian's creating the strategy for recognition. So anybody, well, Ana Maria is going to have a whole bunch of titles, but just give them to me on the 30th, as soon as you can, or sorry, that would be August 1st. So next month we have a whole bunch of people from Upline Pro being recognized on this meeting and on this week. Okay. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to unmute everybody. What a great one. It took a little longer than we thought, but it's new to us, the whole recognition in English for this
Let's
team.
break
So
some ranks in
thank
Kenya,
you.
you guys. Let's generate some new builders, diamonds,
Yes.
and especially
wow.
the
I asked
presidentials.
Dr. Regina to send me his recognition. So Dr. Regina or Jesse, don't forget to send me recognition. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
That
Congratulations
was
to
amazing.
everyone.
Happy Mia. Great job,
Congratulations,
everybody. Great job, Erica
Amazing.
and Alice. Thank you.
Thank
Oh, by
you.
the way,
Thank you,
Xenia
Ana
is our
Maria, to
testimonial.
be here with us.
Xenia is going to be the
Tan linda.
testimonial for Wednesday, so don't miss it. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good job, guys. Amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Alice.
all of you.
Thank you, everybody.